Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Factorio, the base building, alien killing, production managing game that I do so dearly, very dearly enjoy and love. My name, of course, is Open Potato. We are going to be starting a brand new playthrough today. Indeed we are. It's going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. This time we have managed to find ourselves a couple of mods, and these mods are well, I don't want to say they're difficult to find, but the Factorio forums are very, very, very pesky, and none of the mods that we've got here are unbelievably game-changing. This is not a series in which I am going to introduce a whole shit ton of mods. You know, I've selected these mods, and you know, mostly they're utility mods because I like them. Explosive termites, oh come on, you gotta have that in every single playthrough you do because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Provides explosive termites for large scale deforestation. Aircraft. This is something that's pretty cool. It's gonna give us a shit ton of aircraft. I think, well, not a shit ton of aircraft, but a couple of aircraft that are gonna go pretty darn fast, I hope. Landfill allows us to fill in water. You'll see why we need this in a minute. Larger infantry. Come on, it's pretty standard stuff. Ore expansion. This basically, ore density increases the further you actually go from the start zone, so it becomes more valuable for us to go further and further away. Research queue, completely unnecessary, but I thought, you know, what the hell? Why not? Why not make life a little bit easier for myself? Might as well do that. RSO, so this is the resource spawner overhaul, and this changes how resources spawn into the world, and basically the patches become bigger the further and further away you get from your starting location. And train outpost, a mod that modifies resource spawning to strongly encourage outposts connected via trains. So this pairs very well with RSO, and it also pairs very well with ore expansion, which is very, very, very cool. Now, we've got a whole bunch of stuff that we are going to be doing in this playthrough. It's not a vanilla playthrough, obviously, and we are going to have some sort of a goal. And something that you guys really, really wanted to see is you wanted to see a scalable factory. And a scalable factory, to me, is sort of a factory that can take any bunch of inputs and just output a whole bunch of stuff. So it's going to be really smart, it's going to be really, really awesome, and yeah. But believe me, this is not the only goal that we are going to have for this this series. Whilst testing, I actually did uncover a very, very, very interesting map exchange string, and that's sort of like the seed which kind of defines how the map is generated. I'll be honest, I'm not a programmer. I don't understand how Factorio works, but let me introduce you to the map that I think is very, very interesting. All right, here we go. Here we have it. All right, as you'll notice, there are a couple of resources right here, right? There are a couple of trees right over yonder, but you'll notice this coastline goes around and around, and it comes back. That is because, indeed, ladies and gents, we're on an island. That's correct. And you know what? I thought this is the perfect sort of place to go, because we have literally the world to explore, and we've got everywhere. We know that there is existence of other islands, and that is really, really cool. I want to fuck around with that. I want to absolutely get down and dirty exploring other islands. That is totally something that I am up for. But you know, I feel that it's very, very exciting that we are confined to this starting location, and we are going to have to landfill our way across the ocean and find another area where we can draw resources from. I really, really do. You know, over there it looks like a possible option. We've got stone here. We can start extracting stone straight away, and we can change that into landfill should we wish. But there's really nowhere to go. I mean, we've got this island to start with, and we're gonna do our very best with it. So you know what? Let's start off. Let's get some iron. First things first, we will need a pick. Wow, it's so weird just, you know, starting at the very... Wow, oh, God, that's loud. It's so very, very strange just starting at the beginning of the game again. It's very peculiar. I think it's very, very strange. You know, coming from a series which had almost 60 parts in it. I find it absolutely insane that we're just bringing it back to basics, yo, which I think is quite nice. Factorio is one of those things that, you know, no matter how many times I play it, I really don't mind just going back to the beginning. I mean, it's still a very, very enjoyable experience for me. And not to mention the fact that because the game is constantly in development, right? You know, it's... I should probably just take this straight into a furnace, so let's go get some stone for that. You know, because the game is constantly in development, it just keeps on getting changed every time I start it again. So there's been a whole bunch of stuff that has changed since the last time I've actually played it. Why am I getting stone when I've already got a furnace in my inventory? You know, some of these questions I will just never ever know. Probably shouldn't have put a chest down. Probably should have just gone straight with one of those bad boys. We want to keep the wood if at all possible because we are going to make chests out of it. Alright, and boom, you go in there. Perfect. Bob's your Uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Sort of style. Yeah, basically all of the icons have been redone. We have seen the research all redone. This is the research queue, obviously, as you probably well knew. And yeah, it's really, really cool. So at the moment we can see, yeah, what can we do? What can we do with just red flasks? Yeah, this. We can only do that. We can add stuff to our research queue. It adds all of the individual components. So for example, for automation 2, we need electronics. It adds electronics to the list automatically. It's the real deal, yo. It's pretty darn cool. And I think it's gonna be kind of nice just to have that little bit of extra. That little bit of extra something that we don't really need to worry about too much. Let's go and get one more piece of stone from up here. Being careful to remember that stone is not a resource that we have a lot of. There we go. You know, we're not living the high life in terms of stone, which is fine. You know, I'm okay with not living the high life in terms of stone. We want to set up for a coal circle jerk once again. One of my favorite Factorio setups. One of my favorite building setups in the entirety of Factorio. Okay, you go there, and then you go there. Perfect. That should allow us to get something at least. And we want more coal. Yeah, we do absolutely want more coal. Okay. There, and you must probably be almost out of coal. That's fine. That's okay. We do want to get these coal circle jerks set up pretty much ASAP. Yeah, as soon as possible, please. So that we're able to just have a continual supply of coal and not really worry about it. I mean, iron ore is one of those things that we just, you know, can just let take. But yeah, also yield. Yield is the thing. It's basically means that we have technically I think it's an unlimited amount of resources, but in actuality it's not really an unlimited amount. It basically means we are going to constantly have to keep expanding, but it also works because we are on an island, and let's say push comes to shove, we build a bridge over here, and there's literally, it ends right there. Like let's say it cuts off there, we get access to this iron patch. We're never going to technically run out of iron. It just means that our factory is going to be severely hindered. So we want to keep that constant expansion going. But also, fingers crossed, the fact that our factory is going to be very, very scalable, it can mean that, you know, in a pinch, we can go from 1,000, you know, a production capacity of 1,000, going all the way back down to, you know, like 500 or 200 iron plates per minute, or whatever. And I've got a couple of ideas about what's the best way to go about doing that. Obviously, I am always open to suggestions. If you have got any suggestions, please make me aware of them. I would love to know about how you plan to help assist me in make this you know, factory scalable. So one of the things that I thought about, you know, making a factory scalable is it needs to absolutely be able to produce a very, very wide number of resources, right? So when we're talking about smelting, I want to say, hey, okay, this time at this exact moment, we've got a shit ton of resources all coming in from the train. I want to be able to produce them in very, very quick fashion, but at the same time, I want to, you know, so say that entails having 20 furnaces, you know, down a belt or whatever, just as an example. I want to say, hey, yes, 20 furnaces, we're going to have them all being used at every single possible opportunity. So that it means we can't just build a belt straight up and stick furnaces on either side. That's not scalable, right? Being scalable means that we can go from, you know, sticking extra power into the furnaces when they need them and giving them the production boost they need when we have a lot of resources. When we don't have a lot of resources, we try to minimize the amount of resources that are A, being wasted, but B, that are actually going onto the belt. So we want to ensure consistency, and basically, when we've got a lot of shit coming in, we can have, you know, we can utilize all of the factory to make sure that that we are as efficient as possible. It sounds confused because it is confused in my brain, but I think that that's purely because we don't have a visual demonstration with which to demonstrate. Oh, 2 more. Fantastic. You know what that means? It's circle jerk time. That's right. Yeah, so basically, we don't have a visual representation, and I'm finding it difficult to articulate exactly what I'm saying. Probably because I'm a little bit of an idiot. I mean, that's no surprise to anybody here, is it? Let's face it, it's not. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I also feel that the island that we've got given here is pretty nice. You know, it's not too bad. So, for an example, about this yield thingamabobber, we've got about 160% yield over here. You know, give or take, anywhere between 120 to 170. If we travel over here, you can instantly see that we're hitting like 500, you know, 600 at some places in the center. Ooh, was that was 746 yield over there. So, as you can see, we've not traveled very far from the center, and we've already got a much higher yield. So it's much better, it's much more cost effective to mine the resources that are a little bit further away from us, which excites me. It really does. It means that we are going to have to be using trains. It means that we're going to have to be using robots, which is super excited. I'm actually super excited about actually using robots once again, because for the entire series that I did last time, we didn't really take advantage of robots, which is something that I was a little bit sad about. But you know what? Shit happens, and I really enjoyed the last series. I think it was a real challenge to try and make an entire factory without robots, and it's something that I'm gonna keep in mind for this series. Obviously, we don't want to be fucking around. We don't want to not have any robots. You know, I've done my time. I've absolutely done my time. At the same time, however, I'm not going to make a factory that's super unbelievably dependent on robots. I mean, you see some factories and they've got thousands and thousands of logistics robots transporting materials from here to there to everywhere. You know, tons and tons of logistics robots. That's not the sort of factory that I really want to encourage. The type of factory that I want to encourage has got a significant amount of belt, but it uses robots to do perhaps more finicky maneuvers that wouldn't be possible with a belt. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't really want to go down the route of 100% all the time robots. Robots, you know, are the king sort of thing. You know what I mean? I feel that you probably are picking up what I'm putting down right now. Alright, iron ore, it's going down. It is going down. As you can see, the 0.4 iron ore per second is, and you know, and the 0.3 coal per second, it's going to go down, and it is going to go down fairly quickly probably, because we've only got about 150% yield on these things, but on these patches. But that's okay. That serves us well for expansion. You know, it's just something that we've got to bear in mind. Alright, obviously in the early game, you never really want to worry about things too much in the early game, because, well, it's not forever. It's just temporary. But we are going to have to set up a power area, and I don't really know where we want the power area to be. I think perhaps over here, maybe. The reason that I don't say over here is because we do want to connect. We do want to connect this area. Oh shit! Oh wow, that is not a very big island over there. Holy cow! There is an area over there. We can't really see it, which kind of sucks. Oh, this may be slightly more challenging than I originally anticipated. I don't actually know if it will be. Holy cow. My goodness. Wow, there's literally nothing down here, is there? And there's something over here. And I want to get as good a look at it as possible. But it doesn't look like much, does it? Holy cow, there's nothing. So, what I originally had in mind when I sort of saw this island and thought, hey, it's going to be great. I don't really know how far away everything else is. I really have no clue about how far away other resources are. Which, in retrospect, maybe wasn't an entirely great thing to base a series on. I mean, there might not even be any other ore patches in the entire game. That is something that I have worried about. I'm not going to lie. You know, there might be some shenanigans due to the conflict of mods. You know, they just won't work together and they just won't spawn any resources. And then we'd be stuck with this little shitty island for all of eternity, which would suck. It really would suck. I guess we're just going to have to hold our breath and see. I mean, I don't think there's anything else that we can do. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Wow. There's literally nothing, is there? There's absolutely fuck all. So, what I originally had in mind is that, hey, yeah, we can totally use this island to build our factory. We'll have to build it in really cool ways because, you know, we're sort of confined by space and whatnot. And then we can have, like, a train station down here, and that'll feed up into the factory, and we can have the train station coming across, like, a cool little bridge across here, and I did have that in mind, but this seems like it's going to be, I don't want to say significantly more difficult, but a lot more interesting, at least from my perspective anyway. I mean, how much do we need for a landfill? We need 20 stone for a landfill. Well, I guess we sort of have to prioritize building mines to build landfill, to mine stone. We need to, oh goodness sake, let me repeat that. We need to build mining drills to mine stone to build landfill. There we go. I finally said it in a way which wasn't completely incompetent. It was close, but it wasn't quite there. All right, we need a couple more chests, if that's all right, game. All right, there we go. We'll start you, and I'll take half you and stick you over there. And I need one more piece of wood or whatever. Yeah, that's also another thing that we need to worry about. Wood may be in very short supply. Obviously, to power stuff, wood is not an issue. However, it could be very problematic if there ain't any wood like over here for chests and stuff. Because I like me some wooden chests. I would be very sad to abandon them. Not something that I would be super thrilled about doing. Alright, we don't have any coal in us. Of course we don't have any coal in us. Well, there, I can go in there for now. And you can go in there for now. And that's going to give us a shit ton of stone that we should theoretically be able to turn into some landfills. Fingers crossed. And this isn't something that I would usually do. I wouldn't really, you know, beeline straight for stone. But this time, I think it might be a little bit necessary to actually see what the French toast is going on. Because I want to see. I really do. And I don't know. Okay, we connected our little island. That's cool. We're going to try and connect it again. Wow, that is a very thin, very thin bit of land there. That's cool. We are going to try and connect it to the mainland over here just to see if there is anything at all. Because I genuinely don't know if there is. I really have not a clue. I should have checked. Well, in fact, no, I shouldn't have checked. I'm sort of glad that I didn't check because, you know, I think it's going to be a little bit exciting to find out where the hell resources are, you know, and whatnot. Oh, why did I put coal in there? I should not have put coal in there. I should have put coal in there. Alright, I want to take all of the resources from this chest, and this chest, and that chest, and every chest, and I'll build 7 more landfills. The reason that I'm going for the thin ones and not the big ones is the big ones fill in a big-ass area. I don't give a shit about filling in the big-ass area. I want to fill in a very small area to try and bridge the gap over here. I really do want to know. Where is everything? I was promised greatness. Well, in fact, I wasn't actually promised anything. Oh, we're connected. This is very good news. So, it's time to go on a mini adventure. And I can tell you, straight off the bat, it ain't looking good. So we've got biters down here. That's not unbelievably cool, but it doesn't actually matter because let's face it, biters are not going to be bothering us on our tiny little island. We're going to be very, very well defended. Something I'm rather happy about, I must add. Anything else? Where the hell are they? Like, where the hell is the research patches? That's not research. That's not research patches. Research patches? Did I say research patches? I mean ore patches. Anything? Stone. Heck, I'd take anything right now. Oh, goody, goody, goody. So it looks like ore patches are going to be fucking irregular. But look at that. 1000% yield. That's very, very crazy. And coal is similarly bigged up to about 600%. So that's kind of nice. Alright. I feel fairly confident that we can actually make this happen. Although, that's still fairly near the starting area. I don't know if that's proof that the resource spawns are actually working. I don't know if it is. Like, it could be the case that nothing else has spawned in this world. Literally, that could be the case. I don't know if it is. I hope to hell that it's not, but it could be. I'm just being the devil's advocate here because there ain't very much around. But you know what? I'm actually kind of glad that there's not a whole lot of stuff around because I am not a huge fan of deep, deep, dense forest or any of that nonsense. Not a huge fan. Alright, there's more water over here. Holy cow. Is there... How much fucking water is there around? So much gosh darn water. So much gosh darn water. Okay, there's another coal patch over here. There's another iron patch over here. 1,500% yield. Wow. Okay, okay. You know what? I think we're just going to say, yes, the resource spawning has worked fine. You know, I just wanted to make sure, just to be on the safe side. But it looks like we're going to be in for a very interesting series, considering everything is fucking miles away. There's a shit ton of biters. We're on an island, and resources are by yield rather than by quantity. All of these, I think, are amounting to a very, very precarious but potentially amazing situation. Episodes will be daily, by the way, ladies and gents who are watching this as it progresses. It's gonna be daily, so you're gonna have the very next episode. Oh shit! In exactly 24 hours from now. Shit. Autosave. Autosave me, bitch. Load that there. Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, okay. We know what's what. We know that it's around. That's something at least, right? We don't need to worry about exploring that if we know that it exists. So, you know, the only reason that we actually went on that expedition is to prove the existence of these other ore patches, which I must say I'm mightily glad that we actually did. What about oil? Oil is still done by yield as well, so it sort of takes ore and coal and stone in line with oil, which I think is kind of cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, daily episodes, 24 hours from now, from when this goes up. I hope you enjoyed this series. I know I'm going to have a shit ton of fun filming this because I fucking love me some Factorio. And it's great that we can actually connect our island by this tiny little bridge over there, because it means that our island is going to be very, very safe indeed, and all of the heavy processing can be done on this island. And you know, I would imagine in time we will be able to reclaim bits of land and make our island a truly, truly great, you know, nation state, so to speak, connected by a singular or perhaps, you know, 2 or 3 land bridges on either side. I think that is going to be fucking awesome, if I do say so, and if you'll excuse my French. Ladies and gentlemen, my name, of course, has been Over the Potato. We have just started a fantastic Factorio series. Comment, please. Tell me exactly what you think I should do. Like if you want to see more of this stuff, and subscribe if you are coming along for the ride with me, because I know it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be great, though. It's going to be really, really, really gosh darn good. So I hope you'll join me for it. Ladies and gents, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.